In this explainer, we're going to confront a stark, clinical reality that I, as a traditional tweener therapist, see literally every single day. We are witnessing an absolutely unprecedented, alarming rise in young patients walking into the clinic suffering from severe cervical and lumbar spine issues. Now, you might think modern comfort makes you healthier, right? But in truth, your everyday cooling habits are silently acting as hidden killers. You're trying to beat the heat, but your body's structural health is paying a massive, heavy price.
So we really have to ask, why is your body breaking down? Think about it for a second. We have perfectly climate-controlled environments, iced drinks available on demand, and central heating everywhere we go. On paper, your life should be healthier than ever before. Yet there is a deep paradox here. This everyday comfort you rely on is actively creating hidden musculoskeletal trauma. Your bodily framework is literally becoming fragile because of the very things you use to cool down.
Okay, let's dive right into this and perform a bit of a clinical autopsy on your daily routine. We're going to expose 3 specific everyday habits that are acting as invisible trauma to your system. We are talking about nighttime air conditioning, reaching for iced drinks, and taking cold showers. These aren't just harmless, refreshing ways to beat the summer heat. No, they are literal cold traps waiting to compromise your structural integrity. Let's carefully examine that first trap. I know so many people absolutely love sleeping exposed with minimal clothing in a heavily air-conditioned room, but clinically speaking, this is an extreme risk. You see, in the early morning hours, your body's core temperature drops to its absolute lowest point. When that freezing air hits you, it penetrates your skin directly. It launches a targeted invasion straight into your neck, specifically what we call the Dajri point in traditional medicine, as well as your shoulders and your lower back. Think about the duration here. 8 hours. That is how long this violent, invasive cold forces your blood vessels to tightly contract. It locks your muscles into this rigid and tense tension while you are fast asleep. That prolonged, silent trauma is exactly why you wake up feeling achy, stiff, or suffering from severe muscle spasms, like a painfully cricked neck. In some of the more extreme clinical cases I've treated, it can even lead to facial palsy.
And this brilliantly illustrates our second trap, which is rooted deeply in ancient traditional wisdom. There's a simple saying: the stomach loves warmth and hates cold. It's such a profound truth, yet we violate it constantly, don't we? We're always indulging our palates, chugging large amounts of ice water, or eating bowls of ice cream just to feel refreshed. Let's actually look at the exact chain reaction that happens deep inside your body when you consume those ice drinks. Step 1, your internal organs are instantly chilled. Step 2, your body basically panics. It rapidly diverts blood away from your limbs just to maintain your core temperature, completely starving your extremities of vital circulation. And step 3, over time, this long-term consumption causes internal dampness to accumulate. This leaves your fascia feeling incredibly heavy, adhesive, and highly prone to deep strains and chronic fatigue.
Moving right along to the third trap. I get it, taking an ice cold shower when you're totally drenched in sweat might feel instantly gratifying, but trust me on this, it is a devastating blow to your musculoskeletal system. When you're sweating, your pores are wide open. Dumping freezing cold water over them causes a severe thermal shock. It snaps those pores violently shut, trapping the heat and cold dampness deep inside your body. This sudden clash sparks intense muscle spasms and can absolutely act as a trigger for early onset arthritis. To give you a proper clinical diagnosis here, we really need to look at how temperature radically alters your physical framework. High heat causes tissues to expand, which, sure, will intensely amplify the burning pain of an old injury. But cold is vastly more restrictive and dangerous. It constricts your blood vessels and totally obstructs your circulation. Think of it as a suffocating straitjacket for your muscles. It turns what should be beautifully elastic, healthy fascia into something rigid, brittle, and easily snapped. It's literally like turning a living branch into dry wood. So the crucial takeaway here is this: the true invisible killer isn't just the cold itself, it is the extreme temperature differential. When you walk off the blazing street from 35-degree heat directly into a 20-degree air-conditioned room, or when you gulp down a glass of ice water while your body is radiating heat from a workout, you're creating a violent, devastating physical shock. Your skeletal and nervous system simply cannot sustain that kind of tearing trauma over and over again. Alright, so here is your practical clinical prescription, because your framework absolutely requires careful maintenance. If you are going to use the AC at night, wear lightweight long-sleeve pajamas, or at least a sleep vest to protect your neck and your abdomen. Ideally, try to turn that AC off before 2 a.m. Stop shocking your system from the inside out. Opt for room temperature or warm water to soothe those internal organs. And finally, after you exercise, let your sweat dry completely before taking a lukewarm shower. Give your body the necessary buffer it desperately needs.
Please listen to your body. It is a living organism, not a machine. If you're already feeling a heavy, sinking sensation in your lower back, dealing with recurring neck pain, or noticing a strange numbness in your hands and feet, the clinical reality is that cold chi has already penetrated deep into your bone and fascia. At our clinic, we utilize precision manual cold release therapy and skeletal alignment to dispel that deep internal cold and carefully repair your damaged framework. Let me leave you with this provocative thought to consider today. Is a fleeting moment of icy refreshment really worth a lifetime of debilitating chronic pain?